Hey, bro, some of us trying to point this out to some of these progressives out there and some of these socialists and Marxists that believing that if you just raise the minimum wage up to $25, everything is going to be a much more better place. Not knowing that actually some of them are just economically illiterate, not knowing that if you just increase the minimum wage to a certain amount of time, everything else is going to increase, which thus hurting small business owners, in which they claim that they care about small business owners, but then when they see things like this happen, they act like, oh, it's not the minimum wage, it's these big businesses. Okay, so, but what about the small businesses? Well, then maybe small businesses should not be open in the first place if they can't pay their employees $20 or $25 or $30 an hour. When just go to show, like, if you just increase the minimum wage and prices increase and tax increase, which is happening in California right now, these socialists will pinpoint everything to big businesses and how they are paying off the government, even though the government should not be a paid off industry, right? So this is from March. California's unemployment rate is the highest in the nation. Slower job growth is the blame. Is that really the blame, or is that because freaking Gavin Newsom's policies just hurt the economy and he really hasn't learned to act like California is better than Florida? Even though Florida is not really having no problems. Do they have some issues here and there? Yes, but like California, no. And because this title right here is going towards this little article right here from the New York Post, because this article was from the Associated Press, but this one right here is from the New York Post. Let's see. California fast food restaurants have cut 10,000 jobs thanks to state's $20 minimum wage, the trade group. This is from June 6th. California fast food restaurants have slashed nearly 10,000 jobs because the state's new minimum $20 minimum wage to struggling franchises cut labor costs and raises prices to survive. A major trade group said Thursday. The California Business and Industrial Alliance (CABIA) slammed Democrat Governor Gavin Newsom for passing through the law, which went into effect April 1st. It was blamed for forcing well-beloved taco chain to shutter 48 locations in the last week. So 48 businesses from a fast food chain was shut down. That's got to be hundreds of jobs gone right there from just Taco. I'm guessing Taco Bell. California businesses have been under total attack and total assault for years. The CABIA president and founder Tom Manzo told Fox Business. It's just another law that puts businesses in further jeopardy. Again, this right here is literally hurting small business owners, but does the freaking progressives care? No, the progressives will act like they care, but then they will probably say like, oh, if, like I said earlier in the video, if these small business owners can't pay their workers $20 an hour, then they shouldn't be open in the first place. It's going to show that they are mainly just for big businesses, even though they claim that they are not. Several major chains, including McDonald's, Burger King, and even low-cost favorite In-N-Out Burger, jacked up prices to offset the higher wages. See, what did we trying to tell some of these progressives? Hell, the Republicans and the Libertarians are telling these progressives and these socialists and these liberals just increasing the minimum wage is not going to help out because some of these businesses cannot profit. Could the big businesses like Walmart survive? And Sam's Club and Costco? Probably. Even though Costco already pays their workers $20 an hour and $21. But the cost of living is still up because of, once again, what? State policies. So, many had to cut employees' hours and some have expedited a move to automation. So basically, they got fired. Manzo said nearly 10,000 jobs have been cut across fast food restaurants since Newsom signed California Assembly Bill 2087 into law last year. Adding the officials were living in fantasy land by thinking the drastic wage increases will help workers or businesses. It's probably, yeah, when some of us are trying to say this, like, mainly policies like this help out the tax bracket, right? It helps out the state. It helps out the state getting more money from taxes from these big companies, which in turn cause small companies to not even open or shut down more faster. Like, look what happened during the freaking pandemic, right? A lot of small businesses have completely died down, never to recover. And people thought say that the pandemic helped out these people because they got a check. But when those checks stopped rolling in, boom, the company went out of business, never to recover. And none of those people ever apologized. And even some Republican individuals did this as well. You can only raise prices so much, he said. And you're seeing it. People are not going to pay $20 for a Big Mac. It's not going to happen. which is actually no. Depending on whether or not that person is probably a obese person who's just eating fast food constantly, they will most definitely pay $20 for a Big Mac. Kabia took out a full-page ad in Thursday's USA Today that included mock obituaries of popular fast food brands. Rubio's California Grill, known for its fish tacos, closed 48 of its nearly 134 locations at the end of May. Again, hundreds of jobs gone. And the progressives and socialists, they thinking it's probably a good thing. Or they blame the big businesses for wanting them down. Even though the big businesses will get a much more higher tax hike from this as well. They are not paying off these freaking politicians so they can get a higher tax bracket or get paid or have to pay more in taxes. That doesn't make any damn sense at all. The San Diego-based company cited the rising cost of doing business in the state for the closures. The chain filed for bankruptcy on Wednesday. Another fast food restaurant, Foster's Freeze, recently closed a location near Fresno, saying the franchise owner could no longer afford to pay workers the upgraded salaries. See? So the people who did get raises, now they're gone. But once again, let's keep on listening to the socialists here. Fast food restaurants already bearing the burnt of percentily high inflation raised prices ahead of the new law or shortly after it went into effect. Beverages at Starbucks stores in California were 50 cents more expensive after April 1st, while Taco Bell raised menu prices by 3%, according to the recent report from Kalinowski Equity Research. Marcus Wahlberg, whose family runs 4 Fat Burger franchises in Los Angeles, told Business Insider in January that he was planning to raise menu prices between 8% and 10% in response to the new law. Chick-fil-A prices spiked 10.6% between mid-February and mid-April, according to new data from Gordon Haskett. A recent survey conducted by Linden Tree found 78% of consumers now consider fast food to be a luxury purchase due to how expensive the meals have become. So once again, the progressives and the socialists were wrong. But what else is new? That right there. Guys, people wonder why some of us I'm sorry. Some people wonder why we rag on socialists like we do. It pertains to, like, you know, us libertarians or us freaking hell, some right-wing libertarians or some conservatives, like some actual conservatives who are not brain dead in certain capacities. Like, they really wonder why some of us rag on the minimum wage like we do. First of all, the minimum wage hurts businesses, mainly small businesses. Like, people really believe that if you just don't have a minimum wage at all, these businesses are just gonna screw you over. But if you don't have a minimum wage, like we seen back a couple years ago, if the minimum wage is low, the prices will be low. But because the state got involved, the cost of living got increased, and people really think that it's just businesses screwing people over. Again, businesses are losing profits and they're losing revenue because of this. These big business owners are not going to be going to the state to lose profits, because these fast food chains are losing their jobs to Uber Eats. And not to mention the taxi businesses are losing money to Uber, Lyft, and whatever else is out there. So essentially, they are damaging jobs. But the socialists and the progressives don't want to hear it. They act like they know what's best for you, even though they're the same ones that don't even want to, have these policies enforced upon them. Like, think about it. Some of these socialist commentators, they, like the Hassan and Nabi's, probably the Voshers, they out here saying, like, raise this, raise that, but then they're not living in any of the states that raise those prices or raise the minimum wage because they know it's expensive. It's just a talking point. But guys, like I said, man, we all seen this coming when Gavin Newsom freaking proposed that bill. We knew it was coming when the $20 was coming. Boom, hundreds of jobs, or in this case, thousands of jobs, was gone. You can't say we didn't warn you guys, but keep on going with those progressive socialist policies, man. Eventually, now there's already a epidemic of homelessness in California. Now you're just gonna be a next statistic. Keep on going with that.